What's up? We back at it again with another video. Damn, what's up? Welcome back. What's good? Welcome back to another unhinged rant. What I'm saying? We get it in. So, I'll do a full intro anyways. Welcome back to an unhinged, unscripted, unbelievable, undeniable, unmakeable again, totally unique, crazily wacky. You don't even know what's happening, but it's crazy. It's crazy and it helps you in your mind and at all times. It's absolutely amazingly rant. Unhinged rant. Anyways, unscripted. Sorry. Yeah, unscripted. That's good. But you know what I'm saying? I'll be talking. So, anyways, the title theme of this video is semi-meta again, as I've done in a previous video, but no, the sound was, but it's what it is, unscripted. But it's another type of like state in within that. Well, I'm mostly going to be talking about like why we need to focus on the right things and how certain things we do in life, in fact, a majority of the things that we aspire to do within the world leads us to not really feeling that good about it. We don't really get nowhere. So I read the book of Ecclesiastes pretty recently, and I just listened to the whole book in one thing. Yeah, I be listening. I don't always be reading. Like sometimes I be reading, but like mostly I just be listening. So once I read, I be like really be capping. I be just be listening. So it's the same thing. I still be listening. I mean, I ain't gotta read it. I can just listen to it. You know what I'm saying? Audiobooks be a thing. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, so I mean, I was listening to it and I was like, hey, no, that's a pretty good book. It's a pretty good book. And what I realized from that book, it was, something that came up often, like super often in that book was that what you do within the world is like smoke. It goes up and then it puffs out. It's there for a moment, but then it goes away. So for example, if you get a lot of money, guess what? It's going to go up as smoke and then go away. If you are going to do a bunch of drugs, if you're good for a moment, and it's going to go away. If you want, like, it's like basically saying don't put your value in the things of the world, no matter good and bad. Don't put your value in how much fun you have, how much work you do, because people even put the value how much work, not how much fun they have, but how much work they do. I did all this work, so that gives me value. And then they'll work the 40-hour, 80-hour plus work week, and then they'll come home and be like, wait a second, that was not fulfilling. Yeah, no duh. What do you think was gonna happen, bro? You thought that was gonna be fulfilling at the end of the day, bro? Like, come on, bro. But yeah, that's really the thing to really talk about there, is people don't realize that. They don't realize that all that they do within, well, not all that they do, but as in the things that they aspire to gain in this world is not really getting them anywhere, because they're not storing up their treasures in heaven. They're storing up their treasures on earth. And when they store up their treasures on earth, where do they go? They turn to dust. At the end of the day, that money is just a bunch of paper. At the end of the day, those accomplishments aren't doing you much. Aren't really doing you much for anything. Here's what you need to do, because that book talked about how how he, I believe from the perspective of an author who was talking about the person, but the person who he was talking about said that, who was saying these words, said that he had all the women he wanted, and they didn't satisfy him. He wasn't satisfied in life. He had all the, the money. People believe it was Solomon, but by the way, King Solomon. They believe it was him. But I don't know exactly if it was him though. But he thought he had all this like, power over people and things, and he had power over, so many things. He had the wealth he wanted. He had the women he wanted. He had the knowledge even that he wanted. He even went through all those and said they're all worthless. Or not that they're worthless, because even he said knowledge is good, but at the end of the day, they're all like smoke. They're all not that meaningful, and at the end of the day, they don't really give you your value in life. You're gonna feel empty after having them. So, and then he said, you'll work, right? And even when you work, you do all these hours, you're gonna feel like, why did it matter that I worked that much? And he said, a good thing that I kind of agree with was, do your work, do what you do, enjoy your meals and drinks that you get to have, eat and be merry, cool. Enjoy that, because that's really what you're going to be able to enjoy in this world. And he says take pride, or not take pride, but take enjoyment in your work. Yes, I believe that was what I got from it, was that you should be taking enjoyment in everything that you do. In fact, that's actually a very common viewpoint when you read the word. Is you're gonna find out, wait, I should be content in everything that I'm doing, whether it's work or fun, whether it's whatever it is, whatever I'm doing. And it goes to say that really what you should be doing is keeping God's commandments and doing what he says, and you can live your best life that way, and loving others. Because did the commandment that Jesus gave, was it go get a bunch of money? Was it go get a bunch of accolades, be famous? Was that accomplish a bunch of things, like cure cancer? Like they say all that? No, he didn't say all that. What he did say was, love the Lord your God with your whole heart, mind, and soul. And he said to love your neighbor as yourself. So it goes to say then, it goes to make you think then, wouldn't that kind of not even include anything to do with what you accomplish or how much money you got? That stuff doesn't seem to matter with what we're talking about here then. Because loving your neighbor as yourself, for example, is like, that's telling people, you're saying to love people. And nothing to do with money. And nothing to do with how much pleasure you have. It has nothing to do with any of those things. So when we go into the mindset that what we do is what gives us our value, then we're getting into a scary place. A scary place, because we think that if we do this, we get value, and if we don't do it, let's say we fail at something. Say we have it's like if someone who wants to be an astronaut. If I be an astronaut, I'm him. And if I don't be an astronaut, if I am not able to be an astronaut, which is a very high chance, it's all over for me. I'm just a horrible person. It's like, you really base your value on that? You don't base your value on what you do. Because you can do a bunch of stuff. You can do all this good, right? People who, are giving a bunch to the poor and all this stuff. But what does that really do? Sure, it helps them. That's good. You should be helping people. But thinking that you just helping someone is going to just somehow save you is just kind of weird. Because you've already sinned. It's not something that you're going to do that's going to make it better. Here. It's like if you stab somebody in the chest and you say, oh, here, hey, bro, have a Snickers. Why am I finna do that? Hey, bro, have a Snickers. You're probably hungry, too. I mean, I know I stab you in your chest, probably even your stomach too. You probably can't really digest it or anything. Probably just gonna fall right out of your stomach or something. But go ahead, man, go have a Snickers, bro. You're probably hungry. Well, that's just not gonna do anything. Why would you do that? This is not gonna do anything. We just get come on, bro. We have to understand that, bro. It's not gonna help you. It's not gonna help your stance with what you've done, because you've already stabbed. You've already decided to spit in God's face, to spit in people's faces. You've already decided to do that. So giving them a Snickers ain't gonna help. You already went up and stabbed. Giving them a Snickers ain't gonna help. Giving a little bit to charity here and there ain't gonna help. They ain't gonna change everything for you. Oh yeah, man, I give a little bit of charity. This is literally the Muslim mindset. I do a little bit of bad, do a little bit of good, go around the rock to get rid of my bad, and I'm good. Do a little bit bad most of my life, do a little bit good at the end, I'm good. As long as my good outweighs the bad, I'm good. Which I believe that's how the Muslim faith works. Could be wrong, but it is what it is. Yes, that's what I understood of it. Correct me if I'm wrong, I guess. But I just think that's just stupid. It just makes no sense. It makes no sense to the human experience, because we're just gonna keep doing bad things. It's just in our nature, right? We're gonna keep having thoughts come up that are bad that we have to combat, right? We have to combat them, right? So that's the thing. That's why we need a sacrifice. You say, well, why can't I do my own effort? You ain't make the rules. You ain't make the rules. Be mad about it. You ain't make the rules, all right? Think about it. Think about it logically. Like I said before, you stab someone, you give them a Snickers. How are they gonna help you, bro? Like, bro, someone stabbed you, by the way, and they gave you a Snickers. You gonna be like, oh yeah, man, that's cool. You stabbed me, bro. No, no, that's not gonna work, bro. That's not gonna work. You gotta have that sacrifice, man. That's why I gotta say, hey, man, I know y'all gonna keep you did bad, you gonna keep doing bad, but hey, I got you. You just gotta say, I believe. You gotta say, hey, man, I trust you. At the end of the day, thick and thin, when I fall and I get slapped to the ground and I look stupid, I look darn stupid, getting smacked to the ground, looking darn stupid. I trust that you'll bring me back up. That's what you need to do. Not say, I trust in my own abilities. I trust what I'm going to do. I'm going to do this and this will make it better. Now you trust fully in what he's already done. He did it already. Cross already happened. The event already transpired. Okay? Alright? So, what do you do? What you need to do, and what my point of this video is really to say is, there's so many things you could do in life and put your value into them. You know, you can put your value in money. You can put your value in how much fame you get, how many accolades you do, how many friends you have, how many good relationships you have that are intact, how many kids you have, how many people that like you. You can just keep going on and on. How many like things you have that other people don't have. You know, you keep going and going and going and going and going. At the end of the day, that stuff is not gonna save you, and that's not gonna get you fulfilled in life. It ain't gonna make you feel fulfilled. Not at all. What's gonna make you more fulfilled? Think about these two situations. One situation is, I get a bunch of money. Other situation is, I was helping someone in the process of coming to faith. So literally, I was someone who spread the word to someone, and through the time, God reaped the harvest, and it came to faith. So I was part of that process. I got to be part of the process. You know, I had to be like, I was here. You know, ain't that a little better? Ain't that a lot better? Because look at that. Now they saved already. Think about this. Would you rather get, let's do it again, a lot of money? Second one is you get to inspire people. Inspire people. Inspiration. The person you inspire doesn't kill themselves anymore. The person you got the word out to, the person you got to talk to in their time of need, didn't abuse their children any longer. Isn't that better than just getting a bunch of money? Now, I'm not saying you put your value in whether you do that or not. I'm just saying, what do you put your mind towards, and what do you value as actions? Do you value the action of trying to get a bunch of money, or do you value the action of trying to be the best man or woman you can be in helping people the best you can? Not about the result in that, but about the effort put into it. What do you put your effort towards? The money or the salvation? Not to say you have to always save people. It ain't up to you to save anyone anyways. You're not the savior. That's not your job. Your job is to spread the good news. You're not the savior. But here's the thing. It doesn't mean you can't help. It doesn't mean you can't help the kingdom. And imagine you're in a kingdom. Like literally you're in like a, well, let's do it, you know, earthly kingdom. Like you, like physical, like right now you're in a kingdom. I mean, you probably are if you think about it. Like technically we be in kingdom. Like if you live in any country, it's technically called a kingdom. But either way, you live in a kingdom, you have your leader, all this. Would you rather your leader say, hey, go make as much money as you can, even pillage if you got to, do what you're going to do, have all the pleasures you could want in life? Or would you rather your leader say, let's make people's lives better? Not just about like the one who says just get a bunch of money, just have a lot of pleasure, get on some drugs, why not? It'll make you feel good. Drink away, smoke whatever. Or the alternative being go out, make disciples, go out, help the needy, the poor, the hurting, help people who are struggling as you either are or have struggled. I feel like this one over here, the one of helping, of inspiring, of all of that good stuff that makes us feel all warm inside, that makes us feel like the money ain't making us feel that way. We're still gonna be anxious because that money gonna go away at some point. But when we have the true feeling of like contentedness, that not only will we be all right, but we just know that this other stuff over here is just not it. We know that we got all we need, right? When we have that, that is a whole different ball game. It's a whole different idea. It's a whole different feeling, a whole different craziness happening over here that's just way better than whatever money, whatever jumbo schmungo, whatever this is over here. It just is way more fulfilling. So why would you go for something that requires you to do all of these things and get nothing out of it anyways and try to find your value in that, when you can say, I put my value in what I can control and not what I cannot? I put my value in my actions to my situation. My situation says, here's a pile of dookie. And I put my value in it. How did I respond to that? I put my time and effort into how am I going to respond to my situation. I put my value in what is the innate value of a human. I put my value in how can I do right by others, do right by myself. Not because that value is going to be the thing that saves me, but it's just what I am choosing to value as a priority in life. And the priority in life, things to value as a priority in life, should not be this over here, money, drugs, weed, smoke. So we have drugs. We hate on drugs. I know. I just find something to talk about. That's an example. I mean, we don't want this over here. We want to be able to put our value and effort and time into the kingdom, into the eternal, into making those lasting relationships, into doing right and doing the correct decision, not because of, not making decisions based on how much you'll get out of the situation, what you'll get, but doing it because you need to keep that integrity. So keeping your integrity, being like, I'm going to, for example, I'll give an example. You go on the bus, right? Some people won't pay on the bus. Some people just will not pay. But you should choose, if you want to be that moral person, if you're like, okay, I'm going to be the most moral I can. I'm going to make sure that I do right by others. Do right by myself. If you do that, you can choose to pay every time. Every single time you pay. And you do that because when you pay, you're keeping that integrity. This also goes to sticking by what you believe. You stick with it. You stick by your morals. That's more important than the money. Sticking by your morals, sticking by what you believe in, is way more important than getting the opinions and the adoration of man. Why are you gonna sell your soul for the good opinion of man? Peer pressure. Let me just drink with y'all. Like, why are you gonna sell your soul for that? Just so a couple guys can like you, a couple girls can like you, a couple, even like just so that, some, idea is here. That you're fitting a facade, or you're fitting an image that you're this type of thing. You do this just so you can fit this image, but the image ain't really you, because you're made in the 100% image. You're made in the image of God. Are you him? No. No, you ain't. Don't come tell me you are. No, you ain't, but you made in that image, bro. You could say it's a counterfeit, but nah. You just made in the image. You just made in the image. There was love put into that. There was like, okay, let me. It's like you making an art piece. You're like, let me put some love. Either way, here's my point. We rambled on about stuff, but yeah, here's my point. Make sure that you put your focus and value into the right things. Instead of putting them into money, you put them into the kingdom. You put them into the morals and the inspiration, the helping, the good relationship building, all that good stuff. You don't put it into all this other weird stuff. And then when you have work, you enjoy the work, no matter what it is. And when you have play, you enjoy the play, no matter what it is. Depending, actually. Depending. Yeah, depending on that one. Depending. Actually, yeah, depending on the work, too, because you could be doing some weird work. I drug deal. Like, I'd be selling dope. Like, we can talk about that later, but, like, you know what I mean? Assuming it's a okay job. It's not selling dope. But, hey, that's all I'm saying, bro. Hey, we talking to this one. We talking. But, hey, that's why I want to say I hope you get my message about what I was talking about with Ecclesiastes and how I kind of, when I read it, read. But, when I listened to it, I was like, this, it makes sense because you put all your effort into all this stuff being, the best at this thing or accomplishing this thing or bending over backwards for people to appease them. And at the end of the day, it don't matter, bro. It don't matter. It don't matter who you appease, whose approval you get, how much money you get, how much pain you can avoid. All these irrelevant things. How many properties you own. You put your value into the unearthly. Is what I'm trying to say. The unearthly. Because the earth is passing away. The earth is passing away. It's a dying rock. Okay? And we're ruining the planet as we speak. You know what I'm saying? We ruin it as we speak. But it's dying away. You know what ain't gonna die away? God. So why would you put your trust in a rock? You can put your trust in God. Why would you put your value in a rock when you can put your value in God? Something that we all need to think on. For sure. But that's all. I'll see you.